put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, "I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun." You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A.
It's pretty much textbook screen and roll action with Draymond Green as the screener.
Here's Henderson. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. And the rejection by MP. They retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. Henderson for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Avdia kicks to Henderson. Pass to Kamare. Avdia against Green. It's Henderson on the wing. To stop the drought. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. MP's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Green slams it in.
If he can get his steps together, Draymond Green will throw it down.
And so Henderson will bring it up for Portland. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going. And those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Ayton's checked in. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Passes it to Sharp. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. The Trailblazers third. Number 5, the Warriors.
So many second chance opportunities for both of these clubs a season ago, and they really took advantage.
And that one's good. MP.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Pass to Kamare. Avdia on the wing. Defended by Butler. And finished off by Avdia.
I like the way Avdia is competing right now, always looking to make a play.
MP with it. He's got 39. Six to shoot.
2 minutes remaining.
There's the triple.
2 minutes.
Portland grabs the miss. Ayton's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Sharp the pass to Henderson. To the left wing. Launches a 3. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Here's MP, and he's got 41. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Goes up on the wing, and it's Simons missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
MP against Walker. Here's MP, and the dunk by MP.
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Henderson finds Simons. And here's Walker. Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Walker. And the three off target.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Now here's Simons. Great D that time from Green. And so it's the Golden State Warriors leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Setting the floor for the Warriors. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. MP is out there with Butler, and it's Green in its center.
Yeah, Grant has really embraced this part of his game, becoming a reliable three-point shooter.
Butler finds MP. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw. Line.
First personal
Jeremy
foul.
Grant picks one up.
First team foul.
Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
That's a great question, Kevin.
Two
And
shots.
there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Reith is checked in. Looney's checked in for Golden State. Kuminga comes in for Jimmy Butler. And both free throws good for MP. And for Portland, they're shooting a disastrous 25% from the field so far. Here's Banton, guarded by Curry. Walker's shot is off.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
MP, no good. And Portland with the ball. Thibault, the pass to Banton. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Thibault can't get it to go. Golden State's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Good on the shot.
40.
MP's got 48.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Here's Thibault. And it's MP with the rebound. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And Looney's a guy you can rely on both ends of the floor.
Here's Banton. Outside, Walker. The pass to Banton. Now, here's Thibault. He's defended by Podziemski. Kicks it out to Grant. Nailed from three-point land. Grant's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Trailblazers. Here's MP. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's MP driving to the basket.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam. Portland's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to Grant. Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
For three. And Curry pulls it down.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a...
Okay.
The assist.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's MP. Good, he hits again. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Passes it to Walker. Wants to get it to Grant and does. Good defense by MP. And there's 1:45 left in the game. To the middle.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. The Trailblazers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Ball's knocked loose. Manton, the pass to Grant. To the inside. Here's Reef. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 20-5 run here.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for MP.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Grant. And he banks in the layup.
In the last few years, we've seen a nice leap from Jeremy Grant, including how effective he can be in that spot.
The clock now can just run out for the Warriors. MP against Grant. Now MP. Off target. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. Your guys had it going from long range. When that happens, how does that affect the offense?
Well, when they're making shots, it's opening the lane for us drivers. And we just want them to continue to shoot with confidence. Everybody on this team, no matter if you make it or miss it, we need you to shoot it because that's what the game tells you to do.
Keeps the floor spread, man. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
All right, DA, thanks again. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
What is the best way to utilize?
Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports.
Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Down low, it's Draymond and Looney, and it's MP in at the 3. And for Utah, Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. George and Sexton in the backcourt. And it's Kessler in at center, locking down the middle. All right, Coach, if you have a really young team, how do you approach the season early in the schedule?
Well, Brian, the big challenge is when you have a young team is really trying to figure out who fits into what roles. What's the best way for your team to play? That takes a little longer than it does with other teams, and at times you have to modify your schemes, your rotations, and really work to figure out what you need to do.
Hits the trifecta.
And when it comes to Curry's range, I don't know what else we can say at this point.
Curry with a steal. On the wing, MP pulls it. Shot is good, off the back rim and in.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
George passes to Kessler. Pass to Sexton. Markkanen for 3. Rebounded by Green. And here are the Warriors now. It's a 5-point game, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
And both free throws good for MP. Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree, Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach. You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Sexton misses.
Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
And it's Green missing.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
To the paint. Can they get it? And it's Sexton. That time on the assist by George.
And someone like Sexton, well, all scorers really, they have to get points around the hoop.
Curry with it. Picked up by Markkanen. Shot is good by Curry.
And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Sexton passes to Kessler. Pass to George. Throws it up high. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Clock is at 3. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
Utah timeout.
And Utah calls time here. First chance of the year for them to go up against this Warriors team.
It really should be an interesting one to watch.
Well, this is when it's fun for a coach. You don't want to tip your hand too much in the first matchup.
You're looking at the best in free throw shooting last year in the NBA. Stephen Curry is second.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
Here's Collins. Pass to Kessler. And here's George. Sexton with it. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, it seems like everybody gets traded at some point now, and Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you is also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true.
Kessler with a rebound. Jazz trail by 9. Markkanen outside. George outside. On the wing, Sexton. Shot clock at 6. Releases. Utah with another miss.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
MP against Kessler. To the inside. And it's hammered home by Green.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching. A perfect game plan.
The Jazz have gone only 1 of 6 so far. Now George. No points yet. Markkanen outside. On the wing, Sexton. Sinks it from distance.
Solid from deep. Sexton is a guy you want taking.
Drive by Curry. MP looking it over. Here's Looney. Kicks it out to MP. Back to Looney. Tipped. Stolen by Kessler. Curry against George. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, it doesn't take much for Kessler to catch that lob and slam it home.
The Warriors lead by 6. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. I asked him specifically about Stephen Curry and what his defensive game plan is for him, and he told me, I just talked with them about communicating out there, especially when the screens are coming. We can't give Steph an inch in those situations. I think it's fair to say we can expect to hear a lot of chatter out there tonight, guys.
Allie, thank you.
Great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house.
Now here's MP. Oh, and the dunk by MP.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. Goes up on the baseline. Pajimski grabs the board. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Golden State. 10-point lead. It's good.
40.
MP's got 14 points.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Here's Sexton. He's got 7. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Colin Sexton, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. We'll be right back with you shortly. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Collier. And it's Filipowski in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Utah right now. Markkanen from long range. Warriors with the rebound. Coming off a win against the Blazers.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
MP drives to the hoop, and MP throws it down hard.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch, that's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Utah with the ball. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
6 on the shot clock. Pass to Curry. Shoots over Collier. Offensive rebound. Here's MP. Looney finds MP. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Markkanen against MP. Stolen by MP. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors.
Jazz foul. Jordan Clarkson. That's his first personal foul.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities and it keeps the defense off balance.
And something else I've noticed is how they've been able to cause turnovers and take advantage of them on the offensive end, not wasting those extra chances at all.
Kessler, he's checked in for John Collins. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirably. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Sensabaugh is checked in for Utah. Here's Collier. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside. Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Jazz trail by 16. Pass to Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. Looney grabs a miss. Looney's got his 8th rebound here tonight. MP with it. Launches it from deep. That one doesn't drop.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
The Warriors lead by 16. The 3 from Curry. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, in terms of winners in NBA history, you have the resume of Draymond Green.
All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Good on the shot.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Kessler. George scanning the floor.
In the first half.
Just 5 to shoot. And that one's good. Clarkson's got his first basket.
Good maneuver to get inside. Clarkson is sneaky.
Here's MP. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 20.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Sensabaugh. And it's MP with a rebound.
I like where he took that shot. The D was just too strong.
There's 1:17 left in the first half of this game. And Looney with the slam.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Utah's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
MP with the block. And they'll keep possession. Clarkson, left side. Tips it. Pass to Sensabaugh. Takes the 3. And it's good. First made shot in 4 attempts.
Yeah, if Kessler keeps passing the ball like that, he will be dangerous.
MP outside. Now Pajimski beyond the arc. Here's Green from deep. MP. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. MP's got 29 points.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Clarkson passes to George. Another three for Utah.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy...
And so it's the Golden State Warriors sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about Golden State as the game got going. They staged a good old-fashioned ambush, going on an aggressive 9-0 run at the start. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was in double digits. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what you think?
There was no shortage of dimes on this team, that's for sure. Numerous guys just played good court vision, moved the ball, led to great shots. They're in full control of this game.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Just bad interior defense from them throughout the half. They're getting pushed around, not protecting the rim, allowing easy looks. That's the kind of D I love to face. I've had at least 30 by now, guys.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Jazz trail by 21. Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
On the floor for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Down low, it's Draymond and Looney, and it's MP in at the three.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Markkanen against MP. Pass to Curry. Fires for three. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Sexton. He's got 9. George, right side. Oh, great D that time from MP. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pass to Curry. Let's go with a 3. Rebound, Utah. After this one, they're off to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Right side, Sexton. George, left side. And there's the lob. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Markkanen showing his athleticism, soaring to hammer home the alley-oop.
Pass to Curry. And MP throws it down.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And Utah calls time here. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. The Warriors, #1. In the third spot, the Jazz.
And both of these teams really impressed when it came to rebounding the ball last year. That level of physicality and hustle is always great to see.
George against Curry. Nice shot by George. George has got 5 now.
Wow. Keontae George flashing those handles. Nasty stuff.
The 16th pick in last year's draft, Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie.
Lauri Markkanen, second personal foul. First team foul.
And he can't get the first one. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Sexton passes to Markkanen. Pulled the shot a little left. The bounce goes his way, though. Markkanen's got his second bucket on the night.
Just a great setup for Markkanen. All he needed to do was shoot in rhythm.
Count it.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
George passes to Kessler. Back to George. Pass to Sexton. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. He's got 12.
And Sexton is a microwave scorer. And once he finds his rhythm, he's difficult to slow down.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
George against Curry. Nice shot by George. George has got 7.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
In the third, 2 minutes.
Curry passes to MP. And the Warriors with another 3.
That's his third triple of the night, his second since halftime.
Utah's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Curry with a steal. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It goes on Keontae George.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And also, attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for George. And the Jazz call time here.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
There's a minute 34 left in the third. Markkanen, the pass to Sexton. Blocked! Inside, here's MP. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Assisted by
MP's got 46.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Nice awareness there from the big man Collins. Solid at finding his teammates when they're open.
Clarkson's checked in for Utah.
Shooting 1.
And that one misses. And so MP will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got his 9th assist of the game now.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Collins inside. Green covering. Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
Yeah, we know Collins is great from distance, but I'd like to see him inside even more often.
And another one.
40.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Utah has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Pass to Filipowski. Outside Sexton. Looney grabs a miss. Looney's got 11 rebounds in the game. MP outside. One second left. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Golden State Warriors cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. Steve Kerr with some words for his players.
To the next guy, drive and kick, let it come out in the wash, all right?
Steve Kerr asking his team to simply run the offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense, play inside out when you can.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Collier. And it's Juzang in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Here's Collier. He's covered by Curry. Collier, no good. Golden State has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. From deep, MP. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Pass to Hendricks. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. MP's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. No good on the triple. On offense, here's Utah. Here's Collier. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Here's Juzang. Sinks the 15-footer.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
MP outside. One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
Hendricks, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Yep, count it. MP's got 55.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Clock at 4. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Great anticipation off the missed shot.
Oh, his timing was impeccable. The 3 from Curry. Kicks it out to MP. With the drive. Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Collier. He's covered by Curry. Pass to Juzang. The 3 is up. Warriors with the rebound. MP outside. Down low. Green. Back to MP. Another shot. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. MP's got 59 points. The Jazz have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the 4th. Not great. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Juzang. Defended by Pajemski. Here's Collier. Launches it. Hendricks, no good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Curry finds MP. Lets it go from deep. Another one falls. Amazing. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Filipowski. He's defended by Looney. Pass to Sensabaugh. To the middle. To halt the run. Hendricks, no good.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Here's Juzang. There's 1:26 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Sensabaugh. Green covering. Pass to Juzang. And it's MP with a rebound. And so MP will bring it up for Golden State. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Warriors.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this one concludes with their 2nd victory of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
And here are the Warriors now. From behind the arc. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
They just can't stop this run.
And honestly, the more empty trips they have, the more they feel the pressure.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From 7 feet away. And it's Clarkson missing. Now the Warriors with it. MP outside. Pass to Curry. Over Kessler. No good. And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.